I'd now like to welcome on stage Sonal Holland. Sonal is the founder and director of Soho Wine Consultants and the Sonal Holland Wine Academy. She's the country's first and only master of wine, a multi-award winning professional as a popular media broadcaster, writer, wine judge, and speaker. Sonal will be talking about the power of social media, I'm assuming not just in context to wine, but overall with reference to beverages. Sonal, all yours.
Thank you so much. And firstly, my heartiest congratulations to Brews and Spirits and all the organizers of this wonderful expo for putting up such an incredible show. It's just the start and it's only going to get better over the next 2 days. And also a huge thank you for giving me this platform, because I know this is all about brews and spirits, but for allowing wine, giving wine a chance to come here and speak. I must say, this is the first time I'm ever speaking about social media. I do a lot of social media, but I've never before been asked to speak about it. So it's going to be very heartfelt. It's going to be hopefully something that will come straight from me to you. And 15 minutes is an incredibly short amount of time to speak about something as big and as profound as social media, because social media is just an animal in its own right. But for those of you who've lived social media over the years, over the past decade, have lived the journey of social media, will attest to the fact that social media started out as being a platform for making friends, or connecting with long-lost friends, or just some way of kind of, keeping in touch with each other and finding out what each one of us was up to. And it all started with the Facebook revolution. And then at some point, about half a decade ago, it kind of, with the use of Twitter and everything, it became more a platform where people started putting out their own personal opinions. People had a view about everything and people wanted to express the view, and it became a great platform also for some sort of a personal brand building or some sort of thought leadership. But today, I would say social media has assumed gigantic proportions all across the world. So let me share some staggering statistics with you. I haven't worked on a presentation because I thought 15 minutes I should probably have your undivided attention listening to what I have to say. But worldwide, I don't know if you're aware, I'm sure you are, but there are 4.2 billion users on social media. So of the 6 or 7 billion people that walk this earth, 4.26 billion people as of today, as I speak, are on social media. The projections are that by 2027, this number is going to reach 6 billion. That's pretty much everyone around the world, right? So think about this. Today, whether we're looking to get a piece of news, or if you're looking for a job, or we're looking to find talent as employers, or we're looking to quickly buy something, or we're even looking to find out what our competitors are after and what they're up to. Any kind of news, we tend to go to social media and look out for it. So it really has become, over the past decade and more recently in the past 2.5 years, the go-to platform for any information that you might be seeking. Now, let me give you an overview of where India stands in this entire global context of, 4.2 billion users of social media. So India, would you believe it, has 400 million users of Facebook and 230 million users of Instagram. So, and India is the largest market and has the widest amount of users, both for Facebook and Instagram, in the world. The third important platform is LinkedIn, and a lot of us are on LinkedIn. We enjoy LinkedIn because it's the place to find great jobs or land great jobs. Already has garnered 87 million users just out of India. So you can imagine, for social media, India is a massive, massive market. So everybody, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, they're all really looking to develop, introduce new features, and really cater to the users of India. And where does this kind of popularity, what is the backing, or what is the base of it? The base of it really is that we have 400 million millennials. It is no secret that we are the youngest country in the world. So we have 400 million millennials and another 480 Gen Z users. In fact, India is home to 20% of the Gen Z global population. So, and you know who the Gen Z are. They're people who are already either just entered the drinking age, or are people who are just about to enter the legal drinking age. So all of this presents an enormous opportunity, and what we have to appreciate is that the Gen Z are actually digital natives. They're not afraid, they're not daunted by the subject of technology. I mean, I know for a fact that my 13-year-old daughter can produce and edit videos far better than I ever will. So, you know, it just shows that they just come wired like that right from the beginning, and they're able to take to social media and any form of online technology rapidly and fluently. Let's talk about what happened during the pandemic. So during the pandemic, social media usage went up 4 times, because honestly it was our only form of respite, only form of release and entertainment and connecting with people who we weren't able to meet for at least a whole year, if not longer. And so brands too launched all their businesses and went immediately online. And even the smallest of business, even a micro business, actually decided to go online and start creating or fueling demand or creating awareness or visibility for their brands. And a lot of these micro content businesses really saw great success on social media as well. In 2021, social media became the #1 channel for marketing, ahead of any form of published advertising or telemarketing or email marketing, which we hail so highly sometimes. So it really has become the most important means of marketing. And creators were created overnight. People who had never been in social media platforms also jumped onto the bandwagon. In fact, influencer marketing, and I mean these are individuals who are kind of thought leaders or are influencers and help shape the conversations around certain brands. They jumped from $1.7 billion to $13.8 billion between 2016 and 2021. So over 500% growth in influencer marketing. And I don't know if you remember this, but just before the pandemic, the influencer power was starting to die out. But suddenly came the pandemic, and the influencer attained a whole new status of respect, visibility, and recognition. So how can alcobev companies really benefit from being on social media? Firstly, it becomes an excellent tool to create awareness, especially for homegrown brands. We talk about, we just talked about craft beers and craft spirits. So a lot of homegrown brands which have limited production and, make their products with a lot of passion. There's a lot of storytelling. There's a lot of uniqueness in their method of production. Really can use social media as an excellent channel to really tell their story, right? The second one is social media becomes a very important place to build a community. This is a community of your followers who are always going to be loyal to you, and they eagerly await what you have to say to them, what you have to show them, and all they expect in return is just valuable content that is real, that is authentic, and somehow adds value to their lives, somehow is able to help them enhance their own lifestyle. Thirdly, alcobev companies can sell their products or at least create a latent demand for these products. I know we can't do online selling per se, but what I mean by selling is that you do create a very positive imagery, making people look at your brand very positively, but also create some sort of an occasion context by showcasing when is the best time to have that particular drink or enjoy that particular drink. You can create a lot of occasional context and also a lot of aspirational demand among your consumers, because as we can see, there's a wave towards premiumization, as we just saw, and everybody wants to drink better. Yeah, so a lot of that aspirational demand can be created through social media. And one important usage of social media also, which we often tend to overlook, is that it can actually be a tool for excellent marketing insights. If you listen to your followers, if you listen to what they have to say, you can get some direct, unabashed feedback about how you're doing things or how your product is. So for example, if you pay attention to the DMs or the comments, your followers will often, sometimes they have questions, they will ask you, and these will actually give you direct and real insights into how your product is actually being received. So it can actually be an excellent tool for creating demand, for getting great marketing insights, for building a community, a loyal community, and creating great awareness and visibility for your brand. I wanted to share with you a quick case study just to add a bit more color to today's chat. We have been in the business of education since 2009 through the Sonal Holland Wine Academy. And for 10 years before the pandemic, we've been offering WSET trainings, classroom trainings. But during the pandemic, we had the perfect opportunity to launch our proprietary online courses, and we basically designed and came up and curated and produced our own online courses with the view that we wanted to make world-class wine education accessible, enjoyable, and affordable. So today we offer these online courses around the world because it cuts through geography, it cuts through demographics, and it is able to make world-class wine education accessible. We created these courses for hospitality professionals, for hospitality students, as well as enthusiasts, and believe it or not, just through marketing on social media, we saw nearly a 300% growth in our online education business. I mean, that was incredible, and this was just during the pandemic, and this is absolutely true. We have been creating content since 2013, but more recently, we have seen some really sweet success, and I wanted to share with you that some of our short-form videos really went viral. I don't know, for those of you who follow me, you will see that I post every single day on Instagram and also Facebook and LinkedIn, but we do a lot of very short form tidbit videos that are learning sort of based. So some of our short form videos went viral, and I wanted to share with you that on Instagram, on 1st of May, we were 43,000 followers, and in the next 40 days, we acquired 72,000 new followers. So we literally jumped from 43,000 followers to 115,000 followers. So we crossed the 1 lakh mark in 40 days flat. And I promise you, we did this without any promotion, without putting any money on Instagram, without putting any ads, or absolutely no hack, no gimmick whatsoever. And I'm sure you want to know what were some of these which were some of these viral videos. So I'm going to show you one of our most viral video, and I'm going to, okay, there's
Here's how to open a bottle of sparkling wine like a pro. Start with a perfectly chilled bottle.
Is it starting? Are you able to show the video? Oh no, before that, these are the insights from the video. It's just a 37-second video. And
here's how to open a bottle of sparkling wine like a pro. Start with a perfectly chilled bottle. Remove the foil, pulling the tab or cutting the foil with a corkscrew knife. Next, twist and loosen the wire cage. Once the wire cage has been loosened, keep the cork covered with your hand. Hold the bottle at a 45-degree angle. Cork in one hand and the base of the bottle in the other. Grip the top of the bottle and steadily twist the bottle and not the cork. Hold the cork steady, resisting its tendency to fly out of the bottle, and uncork with a quiet fizzing sound. Cheers! Here's how to open a bottle of sparkling wine.
Can someone guess how many views this video got? I mean, it's a simple video. It just shows how to uncork a bottle of wine. We got 5.4 million views, right? It basically reached out to if you can show the page on Insights, it was played 36 lakh times. So basically 36 lakh people saw it. It basically hit 38 lakh accounts. We garnered just under 3 lakh likes. 76 odd people shared it with a friend or a colleague or someone they knew, and another 64,000 people saved this video for future reference. And we got just under 350 comments from people. So you can see that 5.4 million views is what this video got. And if you actually scroll through our Reels page, you will see that there are many that have crossed 1 million views. And they're just simple, relatable. I mean, hail the women in wine pairing. So as you can see, and you know, a lot of our followers are of course Indian, but we also tend to reach out to a lot of Indians living in the UAE or are working in the US or UK, because you know, Indians are proliferated all around the world and are doing jobs all over the world. So if you think of these numbers, it really makes you think, it really makes you wonder, can any sort of print publication or can any other way of advertising or any other way of promoting yourself, can it really beat that? If you can get your product or your brand to be seen by so many million people, can you imagine the impact or the visibility or the awareness that you can create? Now, we don't claim to know everything. We're also learning every day. We make a lot of mistakes. We teach ourselves every day, and we learn from our lessons. But a couple of lessons that I can talk about is it's important to stay consistent. If as a business or as a brand you are someone who's just posting once a week, then really doesn't have that impact. So it's important to consistently post something. It's important to offer value genuinely. You really have to think about your viewers, and you have to think about what is it that they want to know. It's not just about putting your product out there and saying, oh, we're great, this is what we do well, and this is why. It's more about how their lives can be better if they consume your product. We are very passionate about educating and disseminating world-class wine education all around the world. So our aim is to reach the deepest pockets and go well beyond even the urban cities of India's. So you too can embrace social media and make a difference, build your brand, reach a mass level of consumers, build your own target audience, and become the page to reckon with. So just before I sign off, in a true call to action social media fashion, I wanted to just say, because every social media post, they say you should always have a call to action. So here's our call to action for today. What I'm going to request you to do firstly is, well, follow me, Sonal Holland _Master of Wine. Go find this video, how to open a bottle of wine like a pro. It was a few weeks ago, so you may need to scroll down to the 18th row back, down on the grid. And on that, you'll find this video. And if I can urge you to share this video either on your Insta stories or remix a reel or do something innovative. And for every single one of you who does that for us, we will give you access, free access to a certified Wine Pro course, which is a certified course by Sonal Holland Wine Academy. And it is a beginner to intermediate level course, which absolutely teaches wine at gold standard levels. So every single person who does this for us will get access to that course. You can use it for yourself, or you can gift it to a friend, or you can pass it on to a colleague. But you actually do get a proper certification from Sonal Holland Wine Academy to say that you are now a certified wine pro, not a bad certificate to flaunt somewhere on your shelf, right? So thank you. I hope you will do this today, and I hope this was, we all learned a thing or two from today's. Thank you all. This is my time.
Thank you, Sonal.